Figured founding in the comics. DC article on it, but
Dude, I haven't been on there
in ages, right? That's why I
oh,
got on here.
I know. I have, man, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. I
We
feel
sound good, by the way,
cool.
but
I feel like
it's
they
not
they don't.
live.
It's not live.
Wait, yeah, no, it's live.
Okay, I was gonna say it
Sorry.
says it says I'm live.
Yeah, you're good. It
Internet.
changed on my side too. So I was like,
Oh,
what?
oh,
Dude, this is so funny.
brother.
It says just got to my Dune 3 showing and it says this is TV isn't part of your Netflix household. Oh man.
Yeah, they're. I don't know. Something I thought was interesting. I think it was No Agenda that mentioned this because people are like kind of freaking out about the Netflix thing. And I guess the only thing about it that I would say I'd be concerned about is sort of like
Oh,
the
well, oh, I guess we're
huh?
live now. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
we're
Let's talk
live.
about it.
Yeah. Uh is just sort of like the back catalog. Like, dude, at this point, that Supergirl trailer is supposed to release, I think, tomorrow.
Oh, I saw
Uh,
the kind of title cover today. It said, what was it? Did you see the poster?
truth, justice, and whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
was
think
like,
that was
oh,
right.
brother, come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, haven't seen this 100 times.
Yeah, and I say that also because like Warner Brothers, they haven't really put much out. I mean, like someone can probably maybe there's something I'm missing,
Dude,
but they haven't.
that $42 billion worth of debt they have, a large portion of that has to be from the DC stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're never going to tell you that, right? I mean, they want it to. And
Release the Batgirl.
who knows? Oh, it's crazy though, because like hypothetically, this thing goes through. I mean, are they just going to reset DC again?
Oh,
You
that's a
know,
good point.
and then the other
They
question.
can't, man.
I mean, the other question is too. Yeah, because you're right. It's weird. I mean, it to me,
That would be what, our fourth reboot? Is that right? Or third?
third.
Third
Yeah,
reboot.
it would be the third because you have the the DC the Snyderverse essentially is what everybody calls it, and then the James Gunn stuff, and then whatever comes next. And we've probably talked about it before, but I'm almost at the point where it's like maybe they just need to start releasing a Superman movie and a Batman movie and not worry about everything being interconnected.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, we talked about that before with the Superman movie. They don't need to focus on. I don't think they've ever should have announced an extended universe. I thought they should just be like, you know what? Let's just make a really good Superman movie, and we'll
Yeah,
go from there.
yeah.
And it wasn't a really good Superman movie that they made. So,
uh, BMCB in the
but
troll room said Netflix to Warner Brothers, tell me, do you bleed? Is your mother's name also Martha?
my mom's name's Martha too.
Bruh. It's ridiculous.
Somebody, I saw someone post last week. Maybe we'll get, or maybe it was this week. Maybe we'll get the Snyderverse back. I'm like, people,
Guys,
those movies were not that
stop.
good.
Stop. We deserve better.
Like, I'll give
Like,
you this casting choices wise, decent.
I felt like they actually spent more time thinking about it. There's like little.
Nailed it with Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
completely with Jesse Eisenberg. So I say decent because you go from one extreme to the other. I'll just land you right in the middle. I'm Irish. So what's up? Even though I'm American, I got Irish in me though.
Yeah, I think there
I'm
was some.
Scottish.
I think there were like things to like or whatever from that. It's just that Snyder wasn't the guy to really make it happen. You know, he
No, I don't think so.
there's
I
just
like
a.
his.
Hmm?
He likes slow mo, but I did like he does visual storytelling. At least back in the day, I think he was better.
I is as dumb as it is in universe. I like the Batman fight from Batman v Superman where he's in the warehouse.
Oh yeah,
Like the brutality of it. And
yeah.
everyone's like, Batman doesn't kill people, and it's like, okay, I get it. It's not really what I'm saying,
That
but
version of Batman does. There are
yeah.
depends on the comic that you're going with, and you can choose not to like
And
that.
people don't like that, yeah. But I mean, like, that line of did that person die or not with Batman has always been a little like,
Oh yeah,
it's like he won't kill them, but he will beat them into a pulp and put them in the hospital for.
an extended 3 month stay, a 6 month stay. They're
Yeah.
going to be in ICU for a long time.
It's a joke. People, I like Batman a lot.
But
Yeah, sorry, go
one
ahead.
of the things I wanted to mention with this Netflix deal that people keep talking about is if Netflix buys Warner Brothers, then specifically if it's Netflix, if this proceeds forward and they do execute on the deal and everything at the legal level, and I know Paramount's trying to do a hostile takeover right now, but people are preferring Paramount to Netflix because they say Netflix is going to kill, um, theatrical releases. I would already argue that they're already dead.
Oh yeah, a lot of that's been dead.
Secondly,
Yeah, it's
Secondly, we can tackle that point. But the second thing I was going to say too is that Netflix gets memed hard as far as being ground zero, even though I don't think they are ground zero of all the stupid like swaps, race swap,
yeah,
gender swaps, all the dumb bull crap, all the checklists, right? But I mean, Paramount, all the Hollywood companies do it in an equal amount. I mean, Paramount's ruined plenty of IPs. Have they not? Halo, Star Trek.
oh
Uh,
right.
so I don't understand why people think that, well, if Paramount buys it, then Harry Potter and DC and Lord of the Rings and, all the other IP that they own won't get turned into the
Uh,
similar properties of Paramount
yeah.
and
So we're
Halo.
already in / past
Why?
all of that.
I mean, you're splitting hairs when you're talking about, oh, is The Witcher more political than Star Trek Academy or whatever? I mean, we're already way past that. This is what Hollywood is. The whole reason why the theatrical stuff is dead isn't because of streaming. I mean, if anything, streaming had a very small or insignificant portion of it. The main problem is just bad movies and writings. And eventually, David, we've said this before, you can lose your audience and it's a lot harder to gain their trust and get them back into theaters because now, now you're going to have to prove to them even more so to gain their trust back. Hey, go see my movie. And that's going to take years that I don't think Hollywood has anymore.
Agreed.
No, we don't have Patreon.
I was about to say, Joseph, would you? I'm gonna post the link in the chat. But would you like? We haven't done it in a while. But would you like to?
We haven't done it in a while.
Do the
But
little.
we do a value for value system here, which pretty much means in the short form is that we're listener supported. So we don't do any ad reads or take advertisements or anything like that. We want to keep the show free and our speech free as well, right? We want to be able to talk about all the retail stores, right, David?
Agreed.
Not just Academy. But now it's just a model that we prefer to use just so that we can be supported by you guys if you also choose to donate. And it means the value for value system means giving your time, talent, and treasure. Treasure meaning your money. Any amount, we greatly appreciate it. Time and talent means if you want to, I don't know, if you want to send us any articles or movies or TV shows to potentially review, or if you want to help us with thumbnails or anything on the visual and audio side to help grow our platform, you will get credit for. And if it's a lump sum amount or an accumulative amount, if you donate $100 or more, you get an associate executive producer title. Anything that you donate that's below $100, you get a producer title, and then anything that's what was it, Dave? Was it $200 and above gets you the executive producer title? And these are actual credits you can use on your resume that we will vouch for and that will be accepted on IMDb.
Yeah, we have an email and everything that people can ask us about.
Yep.
Also, we'll probably start doing Bitcoin donations again soon. So, funny story about that. For the longest time, I thought that No Agenda, because that's kind of where we got, not kind of, it's where the idea for value comes from.
Which they got from the Bible, but
Yeah. It was sort of a,
so technically we
yeah,
got it from Jesus.
yeah. um, nice. Well, congratulations on the new job. Um, we appreciate it, man.
Shoot, congratulations in Ireland. That's no joke, too.
Yeah.
I know that's difficult anywhere to do, but I know that's really difficult to do in Ireland. So awesome, man.
But for the longest time, I thought that they were using Stripe for donations because I could have sworn they were like Stripe. It turns out it's called Strike. Like you get a strike in baseball.
Yeah.
So it's a Bitcoin. I'm looking at it right now because I haven't really. It just reminded me of that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. I added it in there and I'm gonna take a look at it and see if I can get that set up so people can send payments through that if they prefer to use Bitcoin.
Yep.
And also if y'all. I'd have to get like a mailing box or something. Just donate to me in Pokemon cards. Send me your Pokemon cards, and I will gladly take them in. I've almost, Joseph, completed the original English set of what they call the Wizards of the Coast base set.
Yep.
It's pretty small, and I found this box a couple weeks ago that had a whole bunch of just like random stuff in it, and most of them were like in there, so it's cool. I've just been like putting them all in the sleeves or whatever, and it's been fun. It feels like a piece of childhood that I didn't get a chance to complete.
Nice, man. Yeah, I just posted our direct.me link in the chat.
Yeah,
So that
most of those still work.
I'm like,
I went through
which one of these still work?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if you're new, how new you are here, BMCB, but back in back in what has been a year now, we were more active, but we've been getting more back up to being more consistent and everything. But sometimes life gets in the way of things, and our TikTok works. And so yeah, we're getting back into the full swing of things.
Yeah, we're getting there. I gotta just start grinding out some editing again. I'm just trying to get inspired. It's been weird.
All the links still work, by the way,
Nice.
except for yours. To your Twitter.
Quality. Oh, nice. Well, I don't know. That's fine. I probably should set it up with my other account. Since I'm looking for a job, keep my two lives separate.
Yeah, I don't know if this qualifies as a job or not, but I did find out that technically my company, you're not allowed to have two jobs. I'm like, well,
Whoops.
this isn't a job, it's a hobby. So there you go.
Yeah, just call it a hobby. It's fine. A hobby that you occasionally get
Money from.
Yeah, donations. Yeah, we got, man, there's like so much to do because I got to figure out if we're going to end up switching like editing softwares. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
I want to get the soundboard back up and running again and kind of, just get some of our quality back to where I would like to see it.
Get the production back up.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be more HBO and less CW, right?
There you go. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Though, oh man, I've been watching Welcome to Derry, and I'm starting to move into disappointed territory with it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just like it's your typical stuff. I mean, I think it's quality-wise, it's still probably better than. I mean, it's not Rings of Power, obviously. It's not Wheel of Time. It's probably a step above that. I think the acting's all right. It's just too interpersonal drama, and it's not enough about like the actual like stuff with it. And there's like there's like some of that, but it's just not like totally working for me.
So it's kind of like basically what I was just saying with the whole Paramount and Warner Brothers deal, which is eventually if you keep producing subpar movies and television shows in this example, you can lose trust of your audience. I mean, how many people were
Yeah.
ragging on House of the Dragon before it came out because they were expecting, hey, if this is anything like Game of Thrones, and thankfully ended up being a surprise. At least season one did.
Yeah.
Season two ended up being a surprise for a different reason. Uh,
Yeah, they didn't finish it.
yeah, they didn't finish it, and just weird changes. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah. Anyway, as you're saying about
Yeah, it
it,
I don't I know
interpersonal drama.
it's a lot of
That's the
interpersonal
problem. Is that
drama.
so much television is focused on that. Interpersonal drama does have its place, but
I
it's everything is fixated on that. By everything, I mean every single television series is
Yeah.
fixated on that to where it's the primary part of the narrative.
Mhm.
It's the engine, so to say, instead of more interesting
And I'm bored with it.
elements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm bored with it.
it's kind of like the whole trope of um, when it's just interpersonal drama. There's nothing memorable about that, so it can't be. You have to create the interpersonal drama around more interesting elements of your story.
Yeah.
Like Jaws has interpersonal drama intermingled throughout the storyline, but what do you remember from that? Jaws. You remember the music, the theme. There's
Well, and
memorable moments out of that.
it's stuff isn't constantly being like re-brought back up. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yep.
like there's something that's so tight about movies when it comes to this kind of stuff. Um, and you can kind of get that with a season of television, but a lot of it they reset stuff or they have to forget about certain things in order to move things forward. Sometimes they just change direction, from season one to season two and start doing like really weird things that people don't like kind of like Arcane. Um, it's weird because you're right, it can be done well, but they're characters have to sort of have like definitive beginnings and endings, and with television one of the hardest things I think to do is to have that last like multiple seasons or even over the course of 8 hours. That's tough to do. You really have to kind of like pace yourself with it. And yeah, the Welcome to Derry, feels to me slightly directionless. Like there's lore that they're putting into it, but it's sort of on the outside of the family drama and the kids, and the stuff that's kind of going on with their whole thing, which is the most interesting part. It's always been the most interesting part of like the It stuff. There's something particularly like powerful about like children in danger over like adults in danger. Like I think from
Yep.
like a writing perspective, it works really, really well. And your audience, I think, in a lot of ways can be very engaged with something like that because there's the sense of like innocence, the sense of like the death of a child like hits a lot harder than typically an adult. It's the thing that the Joker always said where it's like it's outside of sort of like the Overton window, right? Like it's some soldiers blow up across the ocean and nobody blinks an eye, but a school bus of children gets blown up and everybody loses their mind. And it's like both are death, both are terrible. It's the context in which it's like happening, and so you can really like put yourselves like in the shoes of these kids and the danger that's actually like involved in that, and they like set it up really well, and then like the rest of the show hasn't really like lived up to the first episode. It's like some of the CG's not good, and that's like semi forgivable because it's television, but it just there's just like a lot of weird decisions that are being made. And like there was like the mid-season finale, there was like I guess you would call it like a major death, but the character that died, it was like I feel like I barely knew the character. Like I'm not really it's like you're telling me that it's sad, but like I don't really feel that way because I haven't gotten to know this character very well. Like
Right.
I don't. It didn't quite land. And so it's stuff like that that I don't know. Um, it's just I'm gonna finish it. I think there's only like 2 episodes left, so it's like whatever. And it's something that's like been semi interesting to watch and talk about. But I mean, like nobody's really talking about it. Like the first couple episodes came out, and people were just like, "Well, is it going to be woke?" And then it really wasn't. So there wasn't anything for those people to talk about. But the show's also not very good, so nobody's really talking about it for those reasons either. Um,
Yep. And if people have been listening to us for a while, they know we prefer to talk about the elements that make a television show bad or a movie bad versus just simply identifying it as woke or not.
yeah, it's true. BMCB was saying that a silver lining from this is that it makes you appreciate how talented writers are. Yeah, I mean it's it's funny because at this point I'd be happy with some people that could get from point A to point B without making me question a million things about the show or the movie, like the like
Exactly.
decisions that are being made. It's very weird, but yeah, I mean it's true when something particularly good comes out, it really does make you appreciate it because it's few and far between. Your name is
Yeah.
Brindy. Nice to meet you.
No, you're good, Brandy. Um, but
Yeah. You know, I don't really have anything else to say. We're
no.
2 more episodes. We'll see
I
how it
do think
ends.
Hollywood is starting to receive some feedback, David, because I think it's so far the two shows I know off the top of my head, it's Knights of the Seven Kingdom and then Fallout, are the two shows recently that have begun filming or will begin filming so that new seasons can be released as fast as possible. Now,
There
A
you
Night of the
go.
Seven Kingdom, the first season will premiere January 18th, and then the second season will premiere in 2027. So
Let's hope that's
that's good. And
yeah.
Fallout Season 3 is going to begin filming in summer of 2026.
Oh
So
yeah, that's still coming out at the end of the year. I don't really have
the
high
second
hopes for
season
it.
is,
Yeah. We're
it
not very
comes
far
out,
out,
what
like
is it?
pretty soon,
Next
right?
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Wow.
Yeah.
Is
So we'll be reviewing, just so everyone knows, we'll be reviewing the newish Knives Out movie next Wednesday, and then I guess every other Wednesday after that we can just do um, Fallout. Then that would take us into
is it
A Night
doing
of the Seven Kingdoms.
is it doing week by week? Because I think
Yep,
I
week by
think
week.
okay, cool. I think season 1 they dropped everything at once, or they did half and half. I don't honestly I don't quite remember, but I feel like I remember watching all of that pretty quickly. That was honestly that was another show that felt like it was starting out kind of strong, and the longer it kept going on, the more I was disappointed with it. I don't. People really like Fallout. Didn't really like it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. You and I were not on the
there.
we really like it side. I think
Yeah,
production value wise, it looked
yeah.
good.
There are things to like about it. And again, it's a lot of stuff that I think is probably a lot worse than it. But yeah, it's just it kind of falls into a lot of the similar problems of most of this other stuff. It's just like character stuff not making sense, and some of it is like power level type stuff not really making sense either. And no one can like agree on it because people are like, well, in the video game you have like VATS and it makes you automatically aim, and so like that's probably the reasoning behind it, blah blah blah. But like the show, as far as I'm aware, I mean it's been a year since I've watched it, but I don't think they've even introduced anything like that. And so that's kind of where the disconnect comes from people who, you know, when you're trying to have these conversations with people, because they're bringing something that like the show isn't specifically talking about, when it's like that's how you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh yeah, he's talking to, yeah, the Brindy, the thing with Knives Out 1, 2, where like he realized that she was innocent 'cause she doesn't like throw up, or she throws up, like she can't tell a lie or something, or if she tries to
Oh
lie,
yeah.
and that's how he knew. It's a mystery. He's super smart. Glass Onion was definitely worse, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be stupid. Don't you understand? Dude, I'm curious about this new one to see if that is a continued trend. You guys still don't get it? Oh, man. Loved dealing with that.
Yeah, right. That was so funny.
Some other good news, and probably the only good thing that will be coming out in January. The 3 Lord of the Rings extended cuts will be returning to theaters to celebrate the 25th anniversary.
I know, and I'm gonna
yeah.
have to go. I'm gonna have to go see it because your boy has never seen them in the theater.
No way. Really?
Yep.
That is crazy. I saw Fellowship opening weekend back in, what was that, 2001?
You lucky dog.
Whatever that was.
For some reason, parents never took us. I don't know if it was a money thing at the time. I mean, we didn't
Man,
have a lot of money, but I mean, I went and saw other movies, like the Star Wars movies in the theater at that time, the prequel series.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing that in theaters and just being like, I've never seen anything like this before.
Being blown away.
Just that, and I have like very distinct memories, specifically of Fellowship, but the other two as well. And there's this one where, it's right at the end of the movie, and Sam and Frodo are on their own now, and I think that's when Sam asks if he thinks, or if Frodo thinks that they'll ever see everyone again, and you have like Mount Doom in the background, and it's like the music starts playing and it fades out or whatever, and I'm literally like, I need more. I was like, I need more. Like, I need all of this right now. And it's like, that's happened very few times. And Fellowship, I mean, like, it's just like, I've seen it more than the rest of them because I got the extended cut when it came out, and I would just like watch it on repeat. Like, I've watched the commentary, like stuff behind it or whatever. That was actually how I found out that the Gandalf, or like the guy that plays Gandalf, was gay, because he actually talks about it in the commentary, and I was like, oh. So I had no idea. It's dude, oh man, and then Helm's Deep in the theater. Like, you have to go see these, Joseph, because it's like, it's a totally different experience. I'm very excited.
Man.
I'm so excited for you.
I know. I'm going to try to. I'm going to do my best to. But I want to say, I don't know if they're releasing, is it a weekend day they're releasing or during the week? That's the thing. I may miss my window if that's the case.
There's no link. It just says returning to theaters for the 25th anniversary of Fellowship.
So there's no specific date. I thought there was a date.
So the last time they did that, they had them a week apart each. So Fellowship was one weekend, and I think they did it for like maybe like a Friday, Saturday. Two Towers was one weekend, so they did it for a Friday and Saturday, and then Return of the King. So we'll see. I'm definitely going.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to try to drag at least. I'm going to try to drag somebody, but it's long. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to be like, all right, guys, you're not going to see me for like 4 hours. Bye.
It's the extended edition too. So it's the 16th through the 19th and the 23rd through the 25th.
Oh, okay. So 2 weekends.
Yep, 2 weekends.
Okay,
so let me see. You said the 16th through the 19th. Okay, so that works. I can go like the 17th, which is a Saturday, and then the 23rd through the 25th. Oh, perfect. That works.
We'll go see.
I should be able to drive as long as it doesn't blizzard. I'm good.
Go see Return of the King on my birthday.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, though, we do have some news that Aragorn is going to be recast. Allegedly, he's going to be recasted in The Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. So I have two thoughts about that. Number one, if you're bringing back the old cast, you can't have Vigo not there.
Yeah.
If you're going to recast Vigo, you got to recast everyone.
Yep.
That's just weird. Number even if the script was good, that's just odd. You can't say, "Hey, this is the old Lord of the Rings that you're used to, the original one." The cast is returning, and the cast isn't returning. Secondly, I remember Vigo giving an interview saying that he would only take the role if the script was good and worthy for him to come back. The fact that he didn't, allegedly, um, to me indicates that the script isn't good. I think I think we all already ascertained that if they're doing the Hunt for Gollum movie, the script's probably not going to be good, or the movie's probably not going to be that good. Just in the sense of, why do we need this?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? Where are you going with it? There's no point. We already know the climax of the story. You know what I mean?
It's a weird thing to just kind of be like, we're just taking this specific. It feels very like Star Warsy, and like the way that they handle a lot of their. They never move away from like the Skywalker stuff, and they're just like, well, this game will take place between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and then this is this during this time period, and it always just, I don't know. There's something about it, and it's milking a cow. You know what I mean? And Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't say is quite like dead, but obviously we haven't really gotten much that's been all that great since that trilogy.
No, we
and
haven't.
it's just kind of gotten worse as time's gone on.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the state of Hollywood right now. There's nothing to. I mean, even when you look at, um, what's that movie they just released? The War of the Rohirrim, the animated movie, the
Yeah.
Hobbit trilogy. There's nothing really that great that they've released outside of the original trilogy, and there was actually part of that is just the usual things of people not sticking to the source material and not caring to, and just more so wanting to confiscate the source material for themselves and have the source material serve them rather than the writers or the showrunner serve the source material.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It sucks because there's I guess you could still call it rumors. They're shopping it around. They already want to try to make an Expedition 33 movie because the game is like wildly successful. Like outsold Final Fantasy, it's killing it. And it's a script that really needs like a lot of love and attention, and if you want to do the story right, like it's not on the scale of Lord of the Rings, but there's a lot to it in the details that they could easily mess up if they don't take the care and attention. And it really doesn't need. This is the thing that where I'm at now. Like I don't need video game adaptations into movies. It seems silly, and I think we've probably covered this before. But like my reasoning too is that like video games don't need the movie industry. The movie industry needs video games, and so
Yep.
it's weird that cinema in a way is still held on this pedestal for all of these other industries. Like it's sort of the grandfather, to some degree. Obviously you have books, but like when it comes to like modern media, cinema has this like I think special place in creatives' hearts because of what it means, and like a lot of like our generation and the people who came before us, and Gen Z to a little bit, but everybody who's like in the workforce and is pretty established, or is they grew up on movies. They grew up on Tarantino and Scorsese and a lot of these other guys, Spielberg. And so there is like this special place in people's hearts for that, even though video games is like the dominant entertainment industry. Like they are the big dog. And so
Yep.
it's always really weird to me some of the reverence that people have like for that, and they're like, we have to like do this, like, oh, our thing was successful, we must make a movie out of it. It's like, okay, I mean, like I kind of get it in some cases if ends up making you like a lot of money, but I mean, video games are making so much more money, even with like the controversies and a lot of the bad stuff that's going on. There's so much. It's not in the same place as movies are. Like, it just isn't. Like, there's so much opportunity for people right now to be able to create and make a video game. Like, it's not as centralized as like the movie industry is. So there's so much more room for that kind of thing. And we've talked about it before, but like, we'll see the movie industry move into more of a decentralized place. It'll never make the kind of money that video games does, just for a lot of different reasons. But there's a lot of room for it to exist and it to have its place in entertainment that isn't just like slop all the time. It's just not where it's at right now. And the resources and the abilities for, like a small 5-man team to be able to like get something like that done isn't quite the same as like with video games, because you can sit at your computer, make your thing, work with a team, collaborate, and put something out. And if all of you know what you're doing, you can probably make something pretty good. Whereas with movies, like, you have to go to set locations and you have to do this.
Yep.
And you have to pay for food for everyone, including your cast, and you have to find the right actors and actresses. And like, all of that is really, really difficult. So it's just in like a weird, it's a weird industry right now, because it's not as easy to break into as I think like you potentially could with video games. Like, there's plenty of one-man development teams. I'm pretty sure Stardew Valley was like a one-man team. There's been a couple like breakout successes that have been like very small or one-man teams that have done really, really well. I think it's one of the reasons it's helped it become so dominant. You don't have to play the new like Assassin's Creed Shadow DLC garbage that just like released recently that looked like they just phoned it in. And I haven't finished it, but Mahler put out like an 18-hour video about Star Wars. Is it Star Wars Outlaws? And it's like horrendous, like the stuff that he goes into. And that this game in some cases cost people upwards of like $120, $130 for like early access and for like the special.
So dumb, man.
Yeah, and it was like just a broken piece of crap. And so that does exist, but it's not the only thing that exists out there. There's a lot of other stuff, a lot of places you can find really interesting games. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I saw that news today about Vigo, and I just, at this point, now I'm not against proper stuff being done if it turns out to be good,
Yep.
But I just don't think we're there, because I've always been...
Even if this turns out to be good, like I say, it's a great movie. What's the point of it, though?
Yeah, exactly. What is the point?
Like when they announced that, Peter Jackson and Fran and Philippa and all of them were all coming back, it was like, oh, great, awesome. And then they announced the movie they're doing. It's like,
mm-hmm.
That fell flat.
Yeah, it's like, why? And there's like, I don't know. There's other stories you could tell. It doesn't have to be based around that trilogy. Yeah. You could make an interesting movie. I don't know, man. Who knows what's going on in the minds of Hollywood execs these days? If anything, might just be empty up there. Did you have any other stories? I have one more.
No, that was it, man.
So,
all right.
IGN, this was about 3 days ago, wrote an article or reported on the Predator Badlands, which I haven't seen. I know what happens in it. I watched like a pretty extensive breakdown of it and was like, holy moly. It is now officially the highest grossing Predator movie of all time, including the Alien crossover films. And good old Critical Drinker replied and said, the original Predator made $98.3 million back in 1987. Today, that would be north of $280 million, which is almost $100 million more than Badlands has made. Please educate yourselves on how money works.
Yep.
But it doesn't.
That.
Yeah, and it's funny because like this is what everybody does now. They don't consider inflation and all these things going up, and so they just make these blatant statements. People go, the people who they want to see that will just go, wow, it's the highest grossing movie, and parrot that if they're even talking about it. I don't know anyone who saw this movie. I don't know anyone
Yeah,
who
I
went to
don't
go
know
see
anyone
this.
either. No one's really talked about it
No one that I
that I've
know
known.
has even asked me, "Did you go see that?" Um. Anyway, but I do find it
Yeah.
really interesting because this is the same thing that's going on with Superman. You know, like we learned this a long time ago. I don't. The thing that really got me thinking this way was back during the I guess, it's funny to talk about this because it's a few years ago, the Stop Asian Hate
Hmm.
thing. And I don't remember, I'd have to like dig through my files to find it. But there was a report that came out where they said that it was like aggression or whatever was going on at the time that was like focused on Asians was up like 10,000% or some like insane number, right? And so
Right.
on its face value, you look at that and you go, that's insane. Like, what's happening? Like, bodies in the streets, like that kind of mentality. When in reality, the number just like 10x, so it was like 10 more people than usual. And so that's why the percentage was as high as it was. And so they always tell you, like, numbers don't lie, but numbers lie. You can make numbers.
Yeah.
You can make numbers lie.
You can manipulate numbers to say what you wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's all about the perception of how they're read. Like 1 is 1, yep. We understand that, but when it's 10 and you're able to turn that into like a really large percentage to get a certain point across, it is really interesting the way that happens. And that was the article during that time that made me realize, like, people use numbers to lie all the time. And it's the same thing. Like, inflation only matters when it's important for it to matter. And so in this, if you want Predator Badlands to look like a major success, or with Superman, if you want that to look like a major success, you have to leave out certain numbers. So the numbers are still lying. I mean, obviously the people are, but they're using the numbers to lie about something in order for it to get to where they need it to be. And I just thought that was really interesting.
It's just for the headline, just to get those clicks. And, I mean, maybe they're just not thinking, they just don't understand how it works. And you never know how old these people are writing these articles. At least I don't go that extensive with my research. But yeah, typically, though, it's just to get that headline out, right? It's the same thing. Like, you can put, release your movie trailer and put it as ads all over social media and then count those as views. It's like, whatever I can do to get the headline to make it seem like a success.
Yeah. It's same, any sort of, like, what is it? It's like any time now that either a brand is looking at you, or they do this a lot in Hollywood now when they're looking for actors and actresses. It's all about specific numbers. It doesn't really matter about like your engagement or whether you can like act or whether you have this ability or that ability. As long as certain numbers are in certain places, like, they'll throw money at you or offer you to like be in a garbage television show or movie these days.
You were talking about stuff that is like movies that no one ever talks about. It's the same thing like Avatar. Those are billion-dollar movies, but how many people quote anything from that movie?
Like, nobody. People go and see those and they leave and immediately forget what they just saw.
Yeah,
and they're like, well, yeah, it looked really nice. It was pretty. It's like the only thing in 3D still happening. I did hear rumblings that people who typically like the Avatar movies are not happy with the new one. So I'm curious to see how if that Avatar magic can make it to number 3, or if people really are on sort of the outs with a lot of these movies. Because it's the industry is not doing well, man, in a lot of ways. Obviously, you still have these like diamonds every once in a while, whether like financially or like something that turns out to be really good. People really love Sinners. I'm not that hyped on it. Kind of the same way I was with Weapons. I liked Sinners more than Weapons, but it for me it was like in a really good year, you'd consider it probably an above average movie. It handles everything right. Like, it's not doing a ton of stupid things or forgetting things in order to like move the plot forward. It doesn't feel like an and then kind of movie. They do a pretty good job, like just letting the characters and their backstories unfold naturally and through the dialogue, and it doesn't feel like they're forcing you to like understand certain things because someone's like, remember that one time that you did this really bad thing because you're a bad dude. You know, it's, you get to like actually see them and understand them as being like a good guy or a bad guy or morally gray, whatever the case may be. So it's just kind of crazy to me because that movie I think came out in like March, and it's like one of the best things that's come out this year. It's just been like such a weak year for
down
everything.
year.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully next year is better. We'll see.
Yeah, I got a lot to catch up on. I think maybe that's one of the things we'll talk about next week, because I know we're gonna do Glass Onion, do a little bit of like catch up on that, and then depending on if the first episode of Fallout's out before the show starts, I'll probably watch that, just give like some initial thoughts on it. That'll be a full episode.
It will be, actually.
Well, cool, man. I'm good to end here. If unless you've got anything else you want to talk about, no reason to delay.
Nah, man, I don't have anything else, dude.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't think I do either. We had talked about it a little off the show, but like we probably won't review the new Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just not worth it. I really don't want people to. I just don't want to have to fight people on the it wasn't made for you thing. It's made for the fans. Because I told you this already, but like that, as soon as like IGN put out there, you know, it's IGN, whatever, but like I'm not surprised that they gave it like a 3 or 4 or whatever they gave it. And appreciate it, man. Have a good night, Brendan.
Appreciate it, dude.
But immediately in the comments, people were like, well, clearly they're not a fan of the source material or whatever. They would not have given it this score. And it's like, that's still a weird way to go about it. You know, the quality still needs to be there. Like, just because the lore's there, that like, it doesn't mean that it's good.
Yep. Exactly.
Anyway, I think it was.
We've talked about this with Harry
successful.
Potter. Like, there are many plot holes in Harry Potter that they could rewrite for television to make it better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and more cohesive.
Yeah, like dealing with the time travel stuff a little more.
Yeah, or when you got the Order of the Phoenix, which seemed like this, you know, star-studded group, so to say, that like right after Voldemort was defeated, you think they would have rose to more prominence, but just randomly introduced in what, like was it the 4th movie? I think it was.
The Horcruxes? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the Order of the Phoenix. The group, mm-hmm. Dumbledore and the other dorks in it.
Yeah. It's been a while. I need to go back and watch the movies again. I don't know if I'll ever read the books again, but it looks like Five Nights at Freddy's is a success. Roughly.
Oh,
50.
I'm sure it had a
50 million
low budget.
It was about 50 million. 51 million is what it says.
The budget for
and that
Five Nights at Freddy?
Yeah, that I would probably tell you'd only need to double. I mean, that's not a huge return, 125 million. I mean, it's only the second weekend that it's, you know, been out or whatever.
Yeah. I would say just do 2.5, and that's basically 128 million that needs to make the quote unquote break even.
It's worldwide box office is 2.5 times production budget. Okay. Oh, that's just where it's at right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I guess they're just numbers is always going off like whatever that is. But like I barely saw ads. The only place I saw ads for this was on YouTube every once in a while. So I don't think that their budget was very high on the marketing side. It seems like they kind of knew who their audience was, but 50 million still seems like a lot, or 51 million. for this, for big animatronic
That does seem like a lot,
monsters
because the
killing
first one
people.
was like $20 million, I think.
And if I remember right, one of the things I didn't like about the first one is like they didn't lean into the animatronic like guys killing people and then like making that kind of creative. Because there's probably like a lot of like room to do that, and I just remember that being rather boring, and I found the movie to be pretty boring, kind of like Minecraft. It's like, wow, look at all the things that you recognize. It's kind of what the movie felt like, which is enough for some people apparently, but it's not going to stop me from telling you it wasn't very good. All good, Brindy. All right, Joseph. Well, let's end it there. We will
All right, me.
convene next week to talk about the third entry in the Rian Johnson trilogy. Whatever it is.
Yes,
I don't even know.
Knives Out.
I don't even know what this
What's
is
it called?
called. I have no idea. I have no clue. The next Knives Out movie by Rian Johnson. Let's see.
Okay, what's it called?
I know. Oh crap! I was gonna look and I messed something up.
Wake Up Dead Man. That's it.
Wake Up Dead Man. We will be reviewing that movie next week. Is it out already?
It comes out in 2 days.
2 days. Is it streaming or only in theaters?
Netflix.
Okay, Netflix is gonna have it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We don't have to dig into why I need to know that.
Nope.
Sweet. Well,
Say nothing.
Joseph, on that note, thanks you to everyone who joined us live, whether you were lurking or to Brindy for talking to us in the troll room today. To those of you who listen to this afterwards, or if you listen to this on whatever your preferred podcast app is, thank you guys so much. And until next time, y'all take it easy.
See ya.